Check 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Okay, we're good. Let's check yours, bud.
Testing, testing. Check.
Great. All right, Nate. Have a good game. Thanks. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mountaineer Stadium for tonight's McCarthy Tire Game of the Night. The McCarthy Tire Game of the Night is the Wyoming Valley West Spartans and the Dallas area Mountaineers. We'll get to Nate Johns coming up here on the sideline tonight in a moment. As we get ready for tonight's game here with Wyoming Valley West and Dallas. Captains meeting here at the center of the field. As we get ready to get underway tonight, Spartans are struggling a little bit. You know, that injury that they had to Luke Buss in the offseason, right before, in the beginning of the season, that basically hurt them. It's a big factor. We're going to head down to the sideline. Nate Johns, our student reporter from Dallas area.
And, John, it's just about time for kickoff. And while it may be cold down here, the rivalry between these two programs is very hot at the moment. Dallas, Wyoming Valley West last year came down to overtime, and Dallas converting a two-point conversion to win the game 28-27. And, John, we'll send it back up to you to see how this game goes.
That was a memorable game. It's hard to believe that was last year at Spartan Stadium. And Jackson Wydra, now a lacrosse player at Misericordia, and ran into his dad up there in August as they're getting a little orientation in as we get ready to get underway. So it'll be the kicker, Jonathan Cardona. He's pretty darn good. He's going to boom it back, and the Mountaineers are going to get the football first. So this one will take a big-time roller and a get back right near the 8-yard line. And coming upfield and coming hard and running forward is number 4, Dylan Jeske. So Jeske wears number 4. And now we'll get to see that Mountaineer offense. Question is, will we see number 3 tonight, Zach Pacheski? Got a little banged up. And not sure if he is suited up yet tonight. I'll kind of scan where we're at. So here we go as we bring out Brady Zapaticki, the quarterback for the Mountaineers. Jeske is in the backfield. 2 receivers over to the left-hand side. And they'll give it straight forward, and Parker Balesta gets hit after a few-yard gain. So Dwyer in on the stop. So appreciate you joining us here in the McCarthy Tire Game of the Night. And we'll get to our sponsors for tonight for giving you live high school football here on the John Mendola Show YouTube channel. Jeske in motion comes over this way. Zapaticki gives it to Parker Balesta, who just forges right near the first down marker. It'll be a little bit short. And looks like we're going to bring up third down here as the Spartans just trying to play some tough defense up front. So the opening drive of tonight here at Mountaineer Stadium on a nice, crisp autumn evening. What we look forward to, how did we get 5 weeks of football? And we're at the halfway point of the season here. And we got one more Friday to go in September. We'll bring Jeske in motion on a third down. Who do you think's getting this? Parker Balesa is going to get it to the outside and runs right towards the 45-yard line. Good enough for a first down. Nice run support coming up over there for the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. So Paul Riggs running over there. Jake Dubaskis and Dwyer, who will wear number 45. So we're early here in this first quarter, and the Mountaineers, they'll fake it. Zapaticki's going to roll. Got a little bit of wiggle room, and he tosses it right back to the middle to Jeske, who makes the catch at around the 48-yard line. Looked like didn't get the favorable spot on that one. So that'll bring up second down here for the Mountaineers. Want to thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service. It is the McCarthy Tire game of the night. Balesta gets the Drami up the middle, and he is hit low and hit high. And at the bottom of that pile was number 6. That is Isaiah Cobb. So Luke Buss injured, and Isaiah Cobb wearing number 6. Here is third down, and we get a little bit of movement there up front. 9:24 on the clock. I want to thank our friends at Dee's Diner, East Main Street in Wilkes-Barre, across from the casino. Fans, hey, it's hard to find a place open past 9 o'clock. Dee's Diner is open 24/7. Every single day, they're open every single minute for good food and the convenience of being open when your belly's hungry. By the way, Dee's Diner's got this brand new food truck down at the Bloomsburg Fair. Tell your friends at Dee's Diner in the food truck the John Mendola Show said hello down at the Bloomsburg Fair this week. So here's Zapaticki, slanted and right through Farrell's hands. So over there to cover was number 87, Sean Reed. 9:05 on the clock. So here we go. Two receivers over to the right. Here is Jeske. He's got plenty of room. This thing's going to go the distance. And a touch me down. That is Parker Balesta. I have no idea how I saw a 4, and it was a 2. But 45 yards later, Parker Balesta. He won't mind my apology, Parker Balesta, as he burst through for the touchdown. So a nice job by the Dallas offensive line, and Parker Balesta shot through like a cannon. So Chopiak is coming in for the extra point here for the Mountaineers in our first score of the night. Kick is up and just gets through over on that right-hand side. Fans, if you are looking for a community bank that supports high school sports, check out FNCB Bank. FNCB has 16 locations throughout northeastern Pennsylvania and supports many local teams. Stop into any branch or visit FNCB.com for a simply better banking experience. FNCB Bank, member FDIC. We're going to head down to the field as we get ready for the kickoff here. And Nate Johns looks like he's getting ready to talk to us down there in a minute. But let's get this kickoff going here for the Dallas Mountaineers. So down there, Devon Suda. Chopiak getting ready to boot this one. And this goes to Suda right around the 13-yard line. Left-hand side got a little wiggle room up to the 30-yard line where the Mountaineers will stop Suda. All right, let's get down to the sideline. Nate Johns.
So, John, this is going to be a battle of the running backs. We obviously saw Parker Balesa for Dallas, but now for Wyoming Valley West, we get to take a look at a 1,500-yard returning rusher from last year in Isaiah Cobb. John, back up to you.
Thank you, Nate. So appreciate Nate with his report for us tonight as the Spartan offense. First time we're going to see them tonight. They'll move some guys around Riggs. They get Cobbs in the backfield. And Dallas expecting run. And Cobb just couldn't get going on that left-hand side up front. Farrell, Schultz, guys like that closing in there. Again, our McCarthy Tire game of the night tonight. Wyoming Valley West and Dallas. Tomorrow, a little soccer action. Dallas takes on the Wolfpack of Wilkes-Barre. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, early start. Running forward is Isaiah Cobb up to the 35-yard line, and 3, 4, 5 Dallas Mountaineers trying to stop him going forward as we now bring up third down. Next Friday night, we will be live from Wilkes-Barre area on the Wolfpack Stadium, Crestwood, and Wilkes-Barre area here on the John Mendola Show YouTube channel. That is next week. Excited about that game. So, again, Luke Buss had that injury that has put him out for the year. So, Cobb will go over to the opposite side now. And they will hike it up here. They'll throw it out in the flat, and they tried to get it. And good defense over there. So Dan Sebage got it to Cobb, but Balesta was all over that. Fourth down now for the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. So the weather is absolutely perfect football weather. Everybody's got their coats at, their, winter hats or earmuffs, all that fun stuff with the wind. About 49 degrees right now and around 10-mile-an-hour winds here at Mountaineer Stadium. Always has a little bit of a breeze. You got to be tough if you're a Mountaineer. That snap is not too good. Valley West is going to run it on the left-hand side and driven out of bounds, and that's not what they ordered. So Ingram ran it after the bad snap over there. Nate Johns is down on the sideline. Let's get back to him. Nate?
So, John, a big play there on third down from Parker Balesta, showing that not only is he an outstanding starting running back, but why he's a returning all-District 2 defensive lineman from a season ago. And now Dallas with great field position to start their second offensive drive. John, back to you.
All right, thank you, Nate. And, yeah, Parker Balesta, he can do it both on the defensive side and the offensive side. We're at 6:37 here in the first quarter. I want to thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service. They are open tomorrow until 3 o'clock. So you're looking for tires and oil change. Hey, that change of season right now, not a bad idea to head down to our friends at McCarthy Tire. As we get a huddle on the sidelines, they go right out and line up. It's not always as smooth as you'd like it to be. Tried to get that playoff. So that took a little bit out. Also, our friends at Athletic Republic, locations in Dallas and Moosic. Comets Law Injury Attorneys, located on Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. Our friends at Arcaro and Janelle in the pizza capital of the world, Old Forge. And Dr. Todd Pacheski down there on Wyoming Avenue in Kingston. So here is Jeski in motion. Balesta swings one way and running straight forward is Apaticki. He is wrapped up over there on the inside by number 99. So here comes Dallas now. They give it on the right-hand side. Parker Balesta following a contingency. Parker Balesta bursting down the sidelines, 32 yards. Score me. Let's watch it again for fun. Parker Balesta. Get the guy in motion over there, and he just gets his ball. And look at him just take it to the outside and get it down that sideline for a score me for the Dallas Mountaineers. So 13-0 here with 5:48 to go, as that was clear that Parker Balesta was running that football. And the kick is up and good. So 14-0, 5:48 to play. And Nate Johns, our sideline reporter, will be getting to us here in a moment. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. So here comes the ensuing kickoff. Now this one is super high, and I'll take it at about the 11, 12-yard line. So a nice job over there by Valley West, just trying to get forward. And again, Devin Suda on the return. So the Mountaineers out to a 14-0 lead. Been a difficult start here for the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. Such high expectations. And tough situation when Luke Buss goes down for him. A good student athlete, and a leader. So that's been difficult. I want to thank our State Farm insurance agents, Melissa Walters, Frank Sirokach, Jen Ricky Abeloff, Michael Griffin, Matt Daly, and Jeremy Baczynski for helping us out. And Melissa Walters, of course, located up here in the back mountain as we get a flag. So what do we got? Too many players. And Valley West will bring them off. 5 yards. There you go. So our friend Jack, Crossan Real Estate Insurance, proud to serve the needs of the Wyoming Valley and northeastern Pennsylvania. Let us help you sell your home, have it appraised, or get your home insured. Contact Jack Crossan Real Estate, 570-288-0770. Nice move up front initially there by Cobb. And then Peters in on the stop. Farrell over there. And Van Orden. Those are the guys in on the stop there. It'll bring up second down and long after the penalty on first down. So they got a few yards back. So here are the Spartans. We've got receivers to each side, stacked up, trying to give a different look here for Dallas. Dan Savage, that is. He's looking, he throws it over in the flat. Got his dude, and he's got a first down. So the rainbow connection works there. Ty Magarevich, a junior. So Dan Savage found a little bit of time. He's a junior. And able to get it in the first down here for the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. He'll bring over number 4, Makai Wells. He's 6'5", $180. So a nice size guy. Trying to line up his receiver in front of him, Eric Munoz. Dan Savage now will send over number 22. It's not Paul Crew, it's Paul Riggs. And then they'll bring Cobb over on the right-hand side. So they'll load up the right side. Farrell gets off his block and makes the tackle. So Farrell following suit in the family of being a football player and a good athlete with 4:43 to go here in quarter number 1. So Riggs comes off. They send over the Tolley receiver over on that far left-hand side. That is Wells. Cobb in the backfield. Dan Savage is under center right now. They're going to give it to Cobb. He's going to bounce it outside. There's a couple of players there, and then he gets hit hard right across the midfield stripe. So Schultz in there on the stop. Colby Kleintab coming over. And, of course, Karkutsky. He's always in on those tackles. 3:49 on the clock. So it is 3rd down now and 5 here for the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. Can they stay in this game and battle? Important down here, and now we got a timeout. So they will discuss it over on the Wyoming Valley West sideline. We'll go down to Nate Johns, our student reporter.
So as you see early on in these Wyoming Valley West drives, both teams are trying to establish the running game. We see this because it's cold and there have been some issues with the snaps. But we'll see if the momentum can get going for the ground game because it's what these two teams do best. John, back to you.
Thank you, Nate. Yeah, you're right. I mean, ground and pound is a little bit of what we're used to seeing with Isaiah Cobb on one end and Parker Balesta on the other. That's for sure. So here comes Wyoming Valley West now out of the huddle on a big 3rd down. Now this is typically that I've seen out of a Wyoming Valley West team. They might get a shift or try to reverse here on a 3rd down and 5. They bring Cobb over, and it's a scissor reverse. Dallas is there, stack it up pretty good, and just like that, that prediction rang true, is going to bring up 4th down, but 4th down and short here for Valley West. And they're all looking over to the sideline. Again, they're trailing by 14. They've got to make a decision here. Do we kick it away or try to see if we could make some headway here? I want to thank our friend Mark Farrell. We'll tell you more about him. He has been a staple in the community here in the Back Mountain for some time. So we'll get here this 4th down. Well, they shift. Yep, 2 guys moved at once. It wasn't really a shift. And then I think they called a timeout. And they did. So Mark Farrell and American Capital Finance. So you think of mortgages, Mark handles everything. Home purchases, refinances, bill consolidations. He's local. He's efficient. And, again, he handles that process himself from start to finish. Give him a call, 570-675-2140. And you can think about Mark Farrell at American Capital Finance for all your mortgage needs. NMLS number 142133. Mark Farrell, our friend here from American Capital Finance. 2:38 on the clock. John Mendola Show here live at Mountaineer Stadium tonight. We appreciate you joining us. We'll get to some scores here. Here comes Valley West now on that 4th down. They got to punt it away, or they're going to continue to say, hey, we're going for it here. So they are looking like they're going to go for it. receivers over to the right. They're going to reverse the action. They fake it. They're going to throw it. And they got their guy Cobb in the flat. Beautifully drawn up play. Cobb, he's down to the 20, the 15. Can he finish the deal? He does. Lucille, 47 yards. So let's watch the replay here on this one. So you see this, and Cobb kind of gets lost over there, and then he fights through the Dallas secondary to take this thing. He's big, he's strong, a little taller. Saw him at the soccer game earlier this week. Getting taller, and that is a difference maker for going for it on fourth down. And one of those plays that you don't see too often. They need one more lineman. They're going to draw out here. 10 seconds here on that play clock here on the John Mendola Show Network. And the kick is up, and it is a Bobomski through. 14-7, the McCarthy Tire game of the night. And we'll be back here in a moment. So now the ensuing kickoff here for Wyoming Valley West, as we have 21 points total here in quarter number one on the Wyoming Valley West touchdown, trailing by 7. So that is loose, and Dallas does fall at around the 32-yard line. So we'll get to some scores coming up here. And Nate Johns is on the sideline. Let's get to Nate right now. And Nate, go ahead.
So, John, as Dallas goes back on offense, Parker Balesta, he's reached 900 rushing yards on the season along with 14 touchdowns, and we're only halfway through the season. John, back up to you.
Yeah, I mean, we're a quarter of a way through the halfway point of the season. There's a fall by Zapaticki. There's Parker Balesa. He gets hit hard over there. Nice job by number 22, Paul Riggs. Paul Riggs will lay the wood. He is 5'11", a $175. Dallas now second down at about 6.5. And fake over there. Zapaticki gets it to his guy in the flat. He's got a first down, a little bit more. Who's our buddy? Joe Peters. So let's watch Peters here on this play. Nice job by the Mountaineers on the execution. So Peters comes all the way across there as the wingback, slips out into the flat. And he does the job as we have a timeout here with a $1:42 to go. We'll take a quick timeout with the injury here, and we'll be right back. So Dallas now does have a first down after the injury. Old Forge leading Lakeland 6-0. So people might be, hey, that's interesting. Valley View and Pittston area tied at 6 apiece. Nanticoke leading Lake Lehman by 7. Here's a run. Parker bless the right-hand side down to the 30, making the 41-yard line. Thought he got maybe to the 40, but it'll be a chain gang, a mover here for the Mountaineers. I want to thank our friends at Manuka Subaru. It's all we do. Athletic Republic locations in Dallas and Music. Dallas comes up quickly to the line. They snap it. Parker Balesta gets through with the initial surge. Nice play defensively over there. So coming up at the bottom of that pile, look like 53, is that? 68, Jason Pearson. Eyes always the first thing to go here with age. Under a minute to play here in quarter number 1. So Lakeland now has taken the lead on Old Forge 20-6. And a nice job up front there defensively by Wyoming Valley West. That is number 45 on the stop, Logan Dwyer. Scranton leads North Pocono 6-0 tonight. Looking over to the sideline here with 15 seconds. So the play clock appears to be a half a second behind the game clock. So I think they're going to wait, and they're going to let this run out, and they'll make it by a little itsy-bitsy. End of the first quarter, they'll get a reset on the play clock, and we'll be ready to go here for quarter number 2. It is 14-7, Dallas leading tonight. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. All right, we are back here for quarter number 2. Our student reporter, Nate Johns, down on the sideline, and Nate's ready to tell something. Nate?
So, John, this is going to be a game where the battle in the trenches is going to be the outcoming factor. Both teams working early, establishing the run games, physical plays on offense and defense, and it looks like physicality is the name of the game. John, back to you.
You're right, Nate. I mean, they're laying the wood up front, no doubt about it. They're at the 36-yard line right now as we switch ends, 14-7. Here is Apoticki. He's going to looks one way, goes the other. He's got his guy. Is Parker Balesta, and he is just driven out of bounds over there by the Wyoming Valley West guy who got hurt earlier, Ty Makarevich. He is back in. He's 5'10". He's 150 pounds, and able to take down a bigger, stronger Parker Balesta, at least get him out of bounds. Sometimes you're not always going to lay the lumber, but, you stop the guy. That helps. 11:53 on the clock. Valley West hanging in right now, down. Farrell goes out to the far side. We haven't seen Zach Pacheski tonight, banged up a bit. Here is Apoticki looking. He's got the post pattern. He's going. And Peters lays out. Just couldn't get there. Off by a little itsy-bitsy spider. And it'll bring up second down. So Riggs was chasing him. And a good play call there by the Mountaineers of Dallas area. Just couldn't get that quite connection there at the end. Our McCarthy Tire game of the night. Thank our friends at Mark Farrell and American Capital Finance and Jack Crossan Real Estate tonight. Here is Balesta running right into the interior of the Wyoming Valley West defense. He does get some positive yardage and gets down towards the 21-yard line. About two guys out there as referees, Dave Pacchioni and Gennaro Zingardi. Two great dudes. Played some high school football, Pittston area and Wyoming area respectively. Both administrators now, and they can play the game. They got some wheels to them as well. And it was a pleasure back in the day of covering those guys and then being able to play a little football with them. Oh, I don't know, go back probably about 10 years ago, maybe 10 to 15 years ago. And nice to see new young officials. These guys are in their 30s and out there officiating. Here is Dallas. Zapaticki's going to look. He's got the deep slant. He's got his dude, Farrell, for the touchdown. Whether you want to call it a post or a deep slant, it is a score me for the Dallas Mountaineers. So let's watch it again from the 11-yard line. It looked like it was a little deeper than that, but Farrell there goes in, and nice for Nick Farrell to catch the touch me down. 11:07 here in quarter number 2. So Zapaticki looking a little more seasoned here as this season goes on here in week number 5. Score it 21-7. Nate Johns down on the sideline. Nate?
A big pass there from Brady Zapaticki to Nick Farrell. Farrell has to step up, obviously, with star receiver Zach Pacheski being out with a knee injury. And so far, up to that role. John, back to you.
So 11:07, as I mentioned, with a 14-point lead now for Dallas. So Suda is back there. And here's the kick down and does bounce through and will get to the end zone. So Dallas will come out and play a little defense here. Valley West, can they continue to capitalize like the last drive on a couple of good plays that they were able to do to get themselves going? So here comes Valley West now. Dan Savage and the Spartans. Cobb. He's going to go over on the right-hand side and taken down there. Great open field tackle by Turpak. So Lucas Turpak went low on Cobb. That's what you got to do when you're outsized. I want to thank our friends at Dee's Diner, East Main Street, Wilkes-Barre, across from the casino. Hey, it's hard to find that place open past 9 o'clock anymore. Dee's Diner is open 24/7 for good food and the convenience of being open when your belly's hungry. Visit Dee's Diner. Also, they are at the Bloomsburg Fair, so you want to check out Dee's Diner at the Bloomsburg Fair with that beautiful food truck. So they'll bring a guy in deep motion. They'll pitch it out to him, and they'll run on that right-hand side. They got a first down and down the sideline, little speed goes number 36 for Wyoming Valley West. That's going to be Devin Suda. So it's a first down carry, and Valley West coming to life here now with a little bit of offense. 10-15 on the clock. For the Spartans, they've got three receivers over to the left-hand side. Isaiah Cobbs in the backfield wearing number 6 by himself. Suda will come in motion. They'll probably fake that and go inside. No, they go. Dan Savage looks to throw, and he's got nothing. He's going to be sacked at a packed, and it's a home guitar course back there. So a great job up front. So they credit Brady Rosenkrantz on the sack there for the Mountaineers. Brady is a junior. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. Two receivers over to the left-hand side here for Wyoming Valley West. They'll pull two linemen. They got Cobb. Cobb's going to run a little bit. He's got a little bit of wiggle room. He had his head down. He's still going up towards the 50-yard line. So the toe boom was lowered there by Cobb, running through some would-be tacklers. And he's feeling a little bit on that one. That one banged it. Sometimes when you're the battering ram, it hurts a little bit more, and he is down on the turf right now. That would not be a good thing here for the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. But we've seen them get banged up a little bit last year. Again, running a lot, and just got to, kind of go at it. And he does it, but it hurts sometimes. 9:05 on the clock. Time out of the field. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Well, we're back as Cobb goes off. So Paul, not Crew, is into the ball game here for Wyoming Valley West. Paul Riggs. Remember, he worked a lot last year when Cobb was down. Dan Savage runs it. He is driven out over there. Not driven out, but driven backwards by plenty of Dallas Mountaineers. And I'll throw Farrell in there, but I got to give Nate Malarkey a little love. Clark Van Orden are giving him some love, but I saw Malarkey over there as well. So 4th down for the Spartans, and Cobb is all of a sudden good, so he'll come back into the lineup. Might have just got stung a little bit. Sometimes you get that 1 minute or 2 minute cobweb, and you're able to get back into the ball game. .57 on the clock. And now Wyoming Valley West says, let's see what we're going to do here. We want to thank our friends at American Capital Finance. Think mortgages, think Mark Farrell. American Capital Finance Incorporated. He handles all type of mortgages, home purchases, finances, consolidations. Think Mark Farrell. American Capital Finance for all your mortgage needs. And MLS number 142133. take a quick audio timeout here. We'll be right back. Receivers over to the left-hand side. Cobb's over on the right-hand side. Fourth down, they're lining up as if they're going to go. They're going to shift. Riggs goes over to the left. He's going to come in motion. They're going to fake it there. They're going to roll Dan Savage out. He's got nobody. Throws a wiffle ball high. Can they come up with it? A ball still flipping around. And did it hit the turf? It is no good. So Pacchioni and Zangardi saying, hey, it hit the turf. We saw it. It's going the other way as the Mountaineers of Dallas will take over here at the 49-yard line. So McCarthy Tire Service open tomorrow till 3 o'clock. You're thinking car wash, you're thinking oil change, you're thinking tires, getting ready for the winter season. Think our friends at McCarthy Tire Service. And again, it is the McCarthy Tire Service game of the night. So here comes Dallas now. Fake. Zapatiki going to throw deep. Peters, almost a beautiful catch. Almost Steeler-like from last night as Peters tried to get it down near that sideline. 7:31 on the clock. Two receivers over to the left, including Farrell, who has a touchdown catch tonight. They'll give it. Run the football over on the left-hand side. They'll get 4 yards or so. So number 68 in there one more time here for the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. That is Jason Pearson. Third down and 6 now after the 4-yard gain. Parker Balesta in that backfield. Parker Balesta runs over somebody, and Parker Balesta gets into the secondary, carrying people on his back. Parker Balesta with a muscle run down to the 30. Make that the 26-yard line. So Balesta comes out, and Jeske comes in. Peters over on the left-hand side. Looking to see what the call is. 6:33 on the clock here. We're in the second quarter. Getting closer to halftime here on the John Mendola Show Network on the McCarthy Tire game of the night. We'll run on that right-hand side, and Jeske gets some yardage. So at fullback for the Mountaineers of Dallas is number 44, Jarrett Webb. He's 5'9", 183 pounds. He is a sophomore. Dallas now. Right side. Oh, what a tackle in the backfield there. Nice job by Dwyer. So Logan Dwyer showing he could do a little bit of things there defensively for the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. Some personnel changes here for Dallas. They'll bring 2 guys out. 3rd down and 7. So Dallas has had some success with the slants. They'll send Farrell out to that far left-hand side. They've got Peters over there. Those guys are kind of matched up in a one-on-one. Valley West is going to bring the heat. Here's Zapatiki. Dwyer. And we're going to get a hold over there in Zapatiki. 3 Spartans go down, but we're going to get a hold. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty here on Dallas. So Earl Harris still at it. 5 minutes exactly here in the second quarter as you see our flag on the screen. So 3rd and 21. What kind of play do you draw up? Maybe just Parker Balesta. They fake it to him. They're going to throw the ball, the deep ball. They got a guy back there. Farrell almost intercepted. It hit the ground. So Farrell went up for it, and the ball was just overthrown a hair. 4th down now. So will the Mountaineers punt it here with 4:51 to go, or do you go for it? We'll send Farrell out to that far left along with Peters. Well, they're going to go for it here. Mountaineers. 3 linemen right now down for Wyoming Valley West. Now Dwyer's going to come up and say he's coming, and now we got a timeout with 4:51, as I said, here on the clock after that missed opportunity. We'll take a timeout here, and Nate Johns, our student reporter, is over there. Let's head down to Nate right now.
Another big 4th down play in this game. We saw the Dallas defense stand on a big pass down the field. Now we'll see if the Valley West defense can stand and get some momentum back. John, back to you. It's crucial 4th down play here in the second quarter.
Thank you, Nate. You're right. This is a big play. And, again, we're at 21-7. Hey, if something comes up here and the Spartans are able to stop them, they get a turnover, whatever that is, and they could get back into this ball game 21-14, that's a difference maker going into halftime. So Dallas trying to get a little bit more of a cushion. Now let's just look at this. We're going to punt it away, but if they tried to draw them off or whatever they did, that's only 5 yards. So Rowan Lawback, 5'7", 145-pound sophomore. Suda is back there. Lawback, nice kick. It's going to take a bounce backwards. Took an unlucky bounce there for Dallas down to the 22-yard line. So, hey, they got it down a little bit, 4:40 on the clock. And that's what you have to try to do. Our fans, if you're looking for a community bank that supports high school sports, check out FNCB Bank. FNCB has 16 locations throughout northeastern Pennsylvania, supports many local teams. Stop in any branch or visit FNCB.com for a simply better banking experience. FNCB Bank, member FDIC. So here comes Wyoming Valley West. Couple of tight ends. Cobb running and busted up near the 25-yard line. Some positive yardage. But Dallas is coming to hit. So it's going to be 2nd down and 6 with 4:15 to go here in the first half. Live high school football here on the John Mandola Show Network tonight. They're going to pitch it out to the outside, and nice job of just making sure nothing else happened. Schultz was there as he tried to get Tyler Mattis involved, 5'11" sophomore. So a couple of receivers go over to the right, a couple go to the sideline. You can't tell who's in, who's out, as it looks like they have 10 players now. They're just bringing everybody over. Now they got 11 guys. All right. So Dan Savage is there, and so is Cobb. On third down and long here for Wyoming Valley West. They fake this, fake that. Dan Savage is going to look. He's flushed out of the pocket, and he is met over there, and the ball gets loose, and Dallas comes up with it. So the Mountaineers of Dallas on the little scrambler play some defense. So Farrell on the recovery. So a good job there by Dallas playing some solid defense. 3:02 on the clock. Dwyer coming in now here at the last second. So a little shovel pass up front to Jeske. Jeske's got some wiggle room, and Jeske's going to go score with a flag down. So we got a flag on this. So this is going to get called back here in the area of holding. Great execution there by the Mountaineers, but something didn't go well. So a block in the back, that'll drive Rich Manello a little batty, as would any coach at this point when you get a touchdown play here leading 21-7. Something comes back on you. So 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers, and backed them up. So Balesta is sitting behind. A little pistol look here. Here's the throw. Zapatiki a little high over there. Got some pressure over there by the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. So coming in there with number 65, John McLaughlin, senior finally. John's had some experience for the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West in our McCarthy Tire game of the night. I want to thank our friend Jack Crossan Real Estate and Insurance, proud to serve the needs of the Wyoming Valley and northeastern Pennsylvania. Let us help you buy or sell your home. Contact jackcrossanagency.com. That's jackcrossanagency.com. And our friend Jay Crossan at Jack Crossan Real Estate. Give. Balesta running down to the 17-yard line. 2:38 and counting here in the first half here between Dallas and Wyoming Valley West. It's Mountaineer Stadium. The Wyoming Valley West band to perform at halftime. We'll at least get you some video of that. But again, the YouTube rights thing with the music, it won't have the audio on that. So our apologies. Zapatiki here with 2:12 to go. We'll look over to the sideline. There's about 12 seconds here on the play clock. Zapatiki, Balesta, they're squeezing from the side, and a good squeeze that was by number 1 here for Wyoming Valley West, Javon Campbell, 5'9", 165-pound senior. But it is a stick mover, and you know what? They still can get a first down deep in Spartan territory. $1:44 to go. 21-7 is the score. First half They'll send Jeske to the other side. Bumbled snap, and Valley West has it. So bad execution there by the Mountaineers. And Wyoming Valley West was right there to come up with that football. So you see the little boo-boo there, and Pearson sat on that football. That will not make Rich Manello happy on the crispness of the Mountaineers right now. Leading by 2 touchdowns, quite frankly, they could be up a little bit more. But a couple of miscues there did not help. .130 on the clock. So the Spartans will come out of the huddle. Nate Johns is down there. Let's head down to Nate. Nate?
So both of these teams creating their own luck off of turnovers. A couple fumbles have gone both ways, and we're right back to square one, and it's still 21-7 in the first half. John, back to you.
Thank you, Nate. Yeah, Isaiah Cobb on that carry. That was good sportsmanship there. So Turpak threw down the big Tolly receiver for Wyoming Valley West to get him off of him. And Wells came over and said, you know what? That was good. He tapped him on the helmet and said, hey, nice job. So you don't see that all the time, but good job by Wells of initiating that gratitude of, hey, I'll get you back one play. I'm going to block you or go catch a pass or whatever he's going to do. 46 seconds here on the clock. Cobb got hit right from the side right off the get-go. So timeout now here by Dallas. So coming in off the side, Schultz on the stop with 36 seconds to go. We'll take a quick audio timeout. Be right back. Couple of scores. Welcome back here to Mountaineer Stadium. Lakeland all over Old Forge. 34-6. Valley View leading Pittston now 20-6. Owensdale leads Tunkhannock 14-0. Valley West will keep it. Dan Savage. And knock him down over there. 29 seconds on the clock. Clock is a winding. And then the whistle blows. So was that a late timeout, or did they say timeout, or what happened? Officials, I think, are going to talk about adjusting the clock there when he was down. But there's a player down right now, so the clock has stopped with 22 seconds. It's an official's timeout for the injury there. We'll get to some scores tonight here at Mountaineer Stadium. It is 27-0 Hazleton area all over West Side Story. Crestwood exposing Williamsport 44-7 at the half. Scranton dominating North Pocono by 4 touchdowns. Berwick and Wilkes-Barre expected this one to be tight, but probably a slight advantage to Berwick, and they're leading by 7 over Wilkes-Barre area. Western Wayne 26-0 over Carbondale. I think it's 25-0 actually. Delaware Valley leading Prep by a touchdown. Dunmore 3 points better than Lackawanna Trail, and Nanticoke 13 points better than Lake Lehman right now. Wyoming area at the half over Hanover area by 42. Riverside leading Mahanoy area at 13-6. So those are some of the scores here tonight. So Valley West going to kick it away. Is Dallas going to bring the heat? Let's see what we got here. One guy back. High snap. The kick will be a knuckleball shorty and caught there at the 44-yard line. So Peters does a good job. There's 16 seconds. It gives you about 3 plays. And Zapatiki, this is an opportunity where, okay, maybe you go 4 verticals. Let's see what happens. So the Mountaineers will draw up a play. If you're the Spartans, you got to put the heat on up front with the 4 guys you have. But then you got to make sure nobody gets behind you. So you got Farrell here on this far right-hand side. Got a little bit of a matchup size all the time, Farrell. Zapatiki's going to throw. Screen. Parker Bolesti's going to get 10 yards or so, but we got a flag down. That's going to come back. Always in the area of holding. Or is this a guy downfield? So here comes Earl Harris, going to tell us what's up. Now, Rich Manello emphasizing, listen, here's where we're at. So it did not go against Dallas. They pick up the flag. They're waving it off. Rich Manello, he won that battle. 9 seconds, though, is on the clock. So, that doesn't help you. So, again, can you get 2 plays in here? Maybe. Can you try a long field goal? You're going to need another probably 15 yards for Chopiak maybe to have it a chance. Zapatiki's going to look. Farrell deep out. He's got his guy. He's got the catch. He stays in bounds. The clock's going to stop, and a great job there by Nick Farrell down to about the 18-yard line with 2 tickers to go. Do you go for the field goal? Do you go for the touchdown? I'd like to see Chopiak because I think he can boom this. I'd like to see him get an opportunity, and he's going to get one. So happy for Jace Chopiak to get the opportunity to kick this thing. So he's going to line it up. It is going to be a 35-yard attempt. He's got the leg for it. Let's just hope the band protects themselves beyond the uprights right now, the Wyoming Valley West Spartan band. So 2 seconds to go. High snap. The kick is up. It's maybe got it. Yeah. Jace Chopiak kicks it through from 35 yards out. So Rich Manello and the Mountaineer offense run their stuff to perfection, and they get the job done. 24-7. Let's head down to the sideline. Nate Johns has a report for us.
Great time management there by Coach Manello with 2 big plays to set up the field goal before the end of the first half to make it 24-7. John, back to you for halftime.
Thank you. Well, we're ready for the second half. 24-7, Dallas leads. Thank our friend Jack Crossan Real Estate and Insurance, proud to serve the needs of the Wyoming Valley of northeastern Pennsylvania. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friend Jack Crossan Real Estate, 570-288-0770. Dee's Diner, Wilkes-Barre, across from the casino. They're open 24-7. There's not a minute they're not open whenever you're hungry. And their Bloomsburg Fair. Looking forward to seeing that this weekend. Joe Piek's kick is taken right at the 15-yard line and a burst up to the 28-yard line. So Dallas will play some defense to start things out. Nate Johns, our reporter, was student reporter here at Dallas, coming up to the press box, got a little warmed up. You know, it's a little chilly down there on the sideline, but he's been tough. Appreciate you choosing the John Mendola Show and the McCarthy Tire Game of the Night tonight here for your viewing pleasure. So here comes Wyoming Valley West here, first play of the second half. Cobb shuffles one way, shuffles the other, goes 8 yards on the carry. So a nice job by Cobb and the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. Hey, let's try to run the football. So Lewis in on the stop. It'll be second down and short. As we get a little chillier here tonight. And tomorrow morning it'll be quite cold, that's for sure. And we'll warm up a little bit. We're down to 45 tonight. Isaiah Cobb, right-hand side. He's got right near the first down sticks. So we'll get up to 66 tomorrow here in the back mountain. And 65 Sunday, and we'll get a little rain on Sunday. Here from Isaiah Cobb and the Wyoming Valley West Spartans, trailing 24-7. Two receivers over to the left, make it a third receiver, that wingback kind of look, and Cobb will come over. He'll bust it on that left-hand side. He got around the corner and brought down finally over there. Kirkutsky laying the wood there. But Isaiah Cobb with those pink gloves getting forward. Will's a little banged up there, the big tall receiver. He's going to hobble off. A little more than a minute in. So second down. There's Cobb, and he fumbles the ball for a moment. He got it back right near the 44-yard line. So Schultz in on that stop. That'll bring up third down now after Cobb had the ball get away from him. We are just under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Appreciate you joining us here in the McCarthy Tire Game of the Night. Two receivers over to the left, single receiver to the right. Dan Savage throw right over the middle. Cobb went up for it and got hit by Peters. Was kind of exposed there going up for that ball over the middle, and Cobb is down on the turf. So the whistle blows and the clock stops, and we take a look at this pattern as basically look kind of like a couple of verticals and then a guy over the center on the post route, and Cobb is down right now. I want to thank American Capital Finance Incorporated and Mark Farrell. They handle all types of mortgages, from home purchases, refinances, consolidations. Hey, Mark's local, and he's efficient. Best of all, he handles the process himself. Check out Mark Farrell, American Capital Finance, NMLS number 142133. So they'll look at Cobb now, 9:36 to go. here in the third quarter. So we'll get to some scores here. Valley View, again, still leading 20-6. Scranton 20, leading North Pocono by a few scores right now. A couple thoughts and prayers out there. So Joey Monahan was a basketball player at Marywood University, and his life was taken way too short. Had some advanced cancer that just kind of took over, and God bless him, him and his family, and just passed away in the recent days. And then Josh Pardini, a coach with the Lackawanna College Falcons. He was stricken with an undisclosed, didn't know he had something going on medically, and he's now, it's been addressed, they're working on it, but he has kind of moved on from coaching and taken the role as the assistant athletic director at Lackawanna College. And Josh has just been one of those guys that you need a coach at a football camp. He would show up, not get paid, and help out, loves to work with young kids, and the job he did with Mark Duda, I thought it was fantastic. So our thoughts and prayers out to Josh Pardini from Lackawanna College as well. Just getting to know this guy over the last, 10 years or so. And a good dude. And, again, we hope whatever's going on that he feels better. So here's Wyoming Valley West on this fourth down. They're going to move a guy up. They're going to move a guy up. They're going to move a guy back. A little shifty action. Dallas not going to go for it. They'll throw the snap back, and here comes some peeps. And a flag does go down, and they'll catch the ball at the 29-yard line. So Schultz and Gamble got involved. So there's two flags. We'll take a peek and see what happens here on this call. So a personal foul call against Wyoming Valley West. One of the coaches way out there on the field. That looks like Coach Baranski. I wanted to get the explanation from Earl Harris. So Coach Baranski adamant about whatever had happened. But he was out on the field there. And Earl Harris will keep things moving here with 9:28 to go in quarter number 3. 24-7 is the advantage. The Mountaineers of Dallas area. Here we go. Here Zapatiki brings Jeske in motion. And then the shuffle pass to Jeske. Oh, it's wide open. They just got to get rid of one guy. Jeske is going to take this thing long distance for 57 yards. Score the touchdown. So let's watch this replay. Jeske, there is no flag, as Jeske outraces the Wyoming Valley West Spartans to the end zone. (30-7) with 9:16 to go. So the dominator right now from DALLAS Dallas and Jace Chopiak. And the kick is up, and it is good. 31-7. Nate Johns, our student reporter down on the sideline. Nate?
Well, we talk a lot about the strength of the Dallas linemen and the power cleans, but there was the agility of the Dallas linemen, the ability to move laterally downfield and get the blocks that allowed Dylan Jeske to take it in for the easy touchdown and get Dallas up 31-7. John, back to you.
Thank you, Nate. So Dallas, here's the officials meeting and having a conversation here. So I'm not sure if that last personal foul penalty, they want to make sure that, they got everything under control and nothing really is going on that's not supposed to go on, that's for sure. So we thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service, our McCarthy Tire Game of the Night. They're open till 3 o'clock tomorrow. You look for a car wash, an oil change, tire rotation, maybe some brand new tires. Visit our friends at McCarthy Tire Service, 340 Kidder Street in Wilkes-Barre. Manuka Subaru, it's all we do. They're open till 2 o'clock tomorrow on a Saturday. Here is the kickoff. Takes a bounce that goes the Mountaineers' way. They'll pick it up down around the 10-yard line and make their way out towards the 14-yard line with 9:09 to go here in quarter number 3, as the defense of the Mountaineers is, I think, a little underrated. But you got guys like Schultz up front, Kleintaub, guys that'll bring the heat. And Farrell, those guys will bring it up front. And when you have a front four like that, and then you let the linebackers do their thing, and there's some secondary guys that get hit. I mean, you throw in Turpak and Karkutsky, and Peters will come up and stick it to you a little bit. That helps for you. Cobb is out. They're going to line up and just run the football. So here they get it. And nice job there by Dallas to be there up front as Riggs got the carry. So Turpak and crew coming in on the stop. Tomorrow, live high school soccer action over on the ladies' side. It's going to be the Dallas area Mountaineers against the Wilkes-Barre area Wolfpack. And the Mountaineers will be a big favorite tomorrow, but the Wolfpack have a little pride. They're at home, and they're banged up a little bit, but they'll give it their all. But Dallas is playing great soccer. I mean, you win 4 or 5 district championships at Dallas, there's something going right with the program. And they've got good student athletes, but overall, Dallas has just always done a good job there, and they're impressive. And these young ladies are working hard, and it's good to see them continue to have success out there on the soccer field. And they schedule some tough games, Dallas, so it gets them ready when the playoffs do come around. So again, that's tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock in the morning at the Wolfpack Stadium. 8:21 on the clock. We got a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back. They're down at 7 right now for Wyoming Valley West. After the timeout, they'll bring a guy in motion. Dan Savage will have this guy sit there as a decoy. They'll throw it down that right-hand sideline. Oh, just out of the reach. They sent the big Tolly down there. Number 4, Makai Wells. But incomplete. So Wells did get a look. Peters defending. Wolfpack are up 20-14 over the Bulldogs. How about that? Setting up that big game against Crestwood next week. So the lefty kick here is high. It's a knuckleball. It's a watch out. Don't let it hit you, and it'll go down right at the 36-yard line where the Mountaineers will be set up. We do have a flag down. Wolfpack now up 21-14. So illegal formation against Wyoming Valley West. I'm not sure if they'll decline, and I figured they would. So here comes the Dallas Mountaineer offense here in quarter number 3, leading 31-7. Trying to make this game academic for sure. Give it, fake it. Zapatiki rolling, gets it out in the flat. Catch me over, no, they do say it's incomplete. So they did try to get that over to Archie Stevens, the 6', 199-pound junior. Second down and 10, 7:58 now on the clock. Want to thank our State Farm Insurance agents, Melissa Walter, Frank Sorokach, Jen Ricky Abelot, Michael Griffin, Matt Daly, and Melissa Walter right here in the Back Mountain. Does such a great job in her community and does stuff with animals and, all kind of tents. Jeski on the carry. He's got a first down. So have we seen the last of Parker Bolester running the rock tonight? You know what? You got to be smart. 31-7. What do you do? Take your time and make good decisions. So they'll send two guys over to the left-hand side. That'll be Peters and Farrell. Zapatiki, he will give it. Jeski runs hard, runs forward, and wrapped up right near the 20-yard line, but some positive yardage there for the Mountaineers with 7:22 to go. So John McLaughlin, who played the saxophone at halftime, so he has the finesse to play the sax, but he's got the grit to be up front there for Wyoming Valley West on the offensive and defensive line. So Jeski getting some looks at the tailback position. They'll pitch it out to the right. They brought the heat. Jeski's going to take this thing in for the touchdown. Jeski scores. 20-yard TD run. And if you didn't see it 5 seconds ago, we're going to run it for you again. Dylan Jeski, exit stage right. They brought the linebackers, and it's just him in the secondary, and he's got more muscle, Popeye, to take that thing to the house. Here is Chopiak. And the kick is up, and it's good. So 38-7. Our student reporter, Nate Johns, is down on the sideline. Nate?
A big play there for Dylan Jeski for his second touchdown of the game with an underrated move of a stiff arm at about the 4-yard line. that really set him up to cash in that touchdown. John, back to you.
Yes, it did, Nate. Nice stiff arm it was. As the Dallas Mountaineers and Zapatiki now over on the sideline. He's talking with, it looks like Michael Olajinski, right near the midfield stripe, and going over some of these plays that they're seeing. Of course, Mike, a fantastic doctor and a better person. I mean, he's just a fantastic man and a good coach. He's good for kids. I mean, he's just one of the great human beings I've met in my lifetime. Michael Olajinski is absolutely fantastic. Ears, nose, and throat doctor. He's got a son, I believe, who is going to become a doctor. I believe he's got a daughter. He's got another son here who, quote-unquote, scored a touchdown a couple of years ago. And here is Wyoming Valley West on the return, back out across the 35-yard line. And one of the Dallas players is down on the turf. Well, Berwick has now tied it up with Wilkes-Barre on a big, long touchdown pass, 76 yards. So that game is a coin flipper right now. How about Scranton Prep? 14-13 over Delaware Valley, leading by 1. Nanticoke, 19-zipperoni over the Lake Lehman Black Knights. Valley View, 27-12 over Pittston area. Lakeland, 41-13, leading Old Forge. So Dylan Jeske has had himself a night tonight. And it'll be interesting to see how things go the rest of the night with some scores. Western Wayne all over Carbondale area. I mentioned that. I want to thank our friends at FNCB Bank. So, fans, if you're looking for a community bank supports high school sports, check out FNCB. They've got 16 locations around northeastern Pennsylvania and support many local teams. Stop by to any branch or visit FNCB Bank. It's fncb.com for a simply better banking experience. FNCB Bank, member FDIC. So it is Turpak banged up with the knee. He gets up, gets off on his own with 6:39 to go. Here come the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. 38-7 is the count with Dallas in the dominator position here over the Spartans at Mountaineer Stadium. So here is Dan Savage. He's going to throw the football. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run. He's going to get some positive yardage. He runs over a would-be tackler. So a nice job by Dan Savage, who got the best there of Van Orden. And that happens from time to time, and they'll strap it back up, Van Orden, and come right back. So it'll be first down near the 48-yard line. So lots of events going on tomorrow. You got the girls' soccer game, Dallas at Wilkes-Barre area. That's 10 o'clock in the morning. You're like, I don't know. Do I want to play more do I want to see some soccer? Well, you could go watch some college soccer. Misericordia women, 2 in the country, hosting number 3, Messiah in the country. So that's at 1 o'clock. Here is the right-hand side. Nice job by the Wyoming Valley West Spartans to get another first down. Paul Riggs. Or, let's say you want to see some boys soccer. You got Wilkes-Barre area traveling to Dallas tomorrow, 2 o'clock. So lots of options tomorrow. So tomorrow, Wilkes is away. I believe Kings is away, and I think Misericordia is away. So 3 local college football teams are away. Lackawanna College is also away. We'll get some high school football tomorrow. Abington Heights and Wallapapack is the game I guess you would look at Abington Heights. Here is a carry. Valley West getting down towards the 31-yard line. So that is number 13. We haven't called his name too much tonight, Tyler Mattis. 5:26 on the clock. We're playing into the night here at Mountaineer Stadium on a crisp autumn evening. Temperatures in the 40s. Wind has calmed down a little bit. That has helped some of the people in the stands. But a good night for some chili or some soup, which I would eat right now if I had it. Here's Dan Savage. He's looking. He's rolling. He throws a dart over there in the flat. So a nice little flood route over there, and they complete the pass. So we'll send a receiver over to the left-hand side with 4:35 to play. High backfield. Pitch it to the right. Riggs tries to get a little bit of wiggle room. He makes some progress down towards, the 14-yard line or so. Again, we're still in the third quarter. Jack Crossan Real Estate and Insurance, proud to serve the needs of the Wyoming Valley and northeastern Pennsylvania. Let us help you buy or sell your home. Jack Crossan Real Estate and Insurance. Visit them online, jackcrossanagency.com. That's the Jack Crossan Agency. Two receivers over to the left, eye backfield. Oh, we got a flag with 3:54 to go here in the third quarter. Offsides. So two receivers over to the left-hand side. Cobb not in the game. Dan Seven's got to be chased down, sacked out of pack. Is that Karkutsky there? No, it's number 21. Mike Lewis coming off the edge, 5'7", a $157. He is just a sophomore. .314 to go. So that was a big, big defensive play there by Mike Lewis. Giving the right-hand side. Riggs, he's met immediately. That's a Popowski of a hit. I'd like to see that one again. What a defensive stop there by Dallas and a monster hit. Lucas Schultz erupts here. Let's watch this. Popowski, you see him go way back there after Schultz laid the wood. 4th down and 13. So a timeout here, Wyoming Valley West. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves, and we'll be back. All right, here we go. It is 4th down, and Dan Savage will bring his guy in motion. And they're going to throw up top to him one-on-one, 6'5". Did he make the catch? No. So they tried getting their tall receiver, number 4, Mekhi Wells, down that sideline. It just didn't work. It couldn't execute. It was close. So the Mountaineers will take over with 2:03 on the clock. Scranton Prep leading Delaware Valley late in the 4th quarter, 20-13. 5 turnovers for Delaware Valley have made it tough for them. Riverside over Mahanoy area, 27-12. Nanticoke shuts out Lake Lehman, 32-0 tonight. Farrell out to the far, far right. There's nobody on the middle receiver. Will Zapatiki see it? Now they'll roll up real quick on it. And now they'll run the football. Can they get a block? And Jeske out to the 29-yard line. The ball came out late. Was he down? Officials going to chat. This is what you do. Good officiating crew. Was he down or was he not? I thought he was down. And he rolled over, as we see the replay here. Not a fumble. He is down, as you see it here on our replay. Here on the John Mendola Show Network on YouTube. It is the McCarthy Tire game of the night. Thank our friends at Dee's Diner, East Main Street in Wilkes-Barre. They're open 24/7. You know, I'm getting hungry right about now, and guess what? Oh, it's after 9 o'clock. Is anybody open? No. But Dee's Diner is. They're open every single minute, and I'm getting hungry for Dee's Diner. We'll also be at the Bloomsburg Fair this week. Our friends at Dee's Diner with that brand new blue truck. Look for Dee's Diner near the grandstand of the Bloomsburg Fair. Let's see, what am I looking forward to at the Bloomsburg Fair? You know, those orange drinks, those Coors orange drinks, that's probably one of the highlights. You got to have some of them, probably 5 or 6. I don't know, walking around the fair. Getting some good food. Everybody's got their favorites. You know, whether they like a corn on the cob. That sounds good right about now. Maybe a bowl of soup. Yummy, yum. I backfield for Dallas. Left-hand side. Bursting forward is big, strong, Jeske. Oh, one of the Spartans are down right now with 1:28 to go. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Paul Riggs is the player injured for the Wyoming Valley West Spartans. He goes off. We are still in the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter approaching. So it is first down here for Dallas. They'll run the football straight up the middle and get across the 36-yard line. Mike Lewis running the football. Under 1 minute to go, 38-7 the score here. We'll get to some scores tonight. Honesdale 28-0. They lead Tunkhannock. It is Dunmore 24-7 victors over Lackawanna Trail. Here's the give and more positive yardage here for Dallas. Mike Lewis out to the 44-yard line. They'll stop the clock briefly. They'll roll the clock. And that'll be the final play here of quarter number 3. We're getting a little closer. Quarter number 4 starting, you get a little action playing into the night here at Mountaineer Stadium tonight. Valley View leading Pittston area 27-12. Southern Columbia on the other end of things. Danville dominated them tonight 49-14. So a down year for Southern Columbia. That's very, very rare. We'll take a timeout here on the field after Nate Johns tells us what's going on the sideline.
So a tackle there by Wyoming Valley West, John McLaughlin. Fun fact about him, he's in the Wyoming Valley West band on saxophone. They talk about doing multiple high school sports, but it's great to see these young high school kids get involved in multiple activities, even beyond sports. John, back up to you.
You're right. I noticed that too, Nate. I'm glad you caught it. He was in the band at halftime working hard and enjoying being a member of the band and the football team. 1 quarter to go, 38-7. Dallas will have the ball. Quarter number 4 underway here. Here's Apatiki. Farrell got stood up for a second, a little long. A little more air into that for Zapatiki. The one-on-one coverage there. Farrell beat his dude. 2nd and 10. Two receivers to the right-hand side. They give it, and it's going to be a burst by Mike Lewis. He's going to take this thing 56 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. The Mountaineers going to kick the extra point. There's this play again by Mike Lewis. 56 yards on the replay. Takes it to the promised land. 44-7. And Chopiak's kick is up and booms it through. So 45-7 with 11:42 to play here tonight. And Dallas will get organized on all their guys that are going to be going into the game as Dallas continues to do their thing tonight here. Let's get down to Nate Johns on the sideline. Nate.
A huge gain there for Dallas sophomore running back Michael Lewis, offering a glimpse into the future of the Dallas backfield and showing the depth and talent on this Dallas team, which could take them far into the season and even into the postseason. John, back up to you.
Great point, Nate. You're right. Dallas right now running on all cylinders. You know who they have next week? Hazleton area. That's going to be a heck of a game. Now Dallas has to go on the road. They're going to have Berwick. But next week, the John Mendola Show, the McCarthy Game of the Night will be Wilkes-Barre hosting Crestwood. Wilkes-Barre leading against Berwick now, 28-21. So we're watching all kind of scores. Scranton dominates North Pocono tonight, 35-0. And by the way, Johnny, my son, took North Pocono. So I'm going to have to let him know about that next week, that he was wrong and his dad was right. Here is the return up across the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. We'll get to some more scores here as the night rolls along. We're playing pretty deep into the night tonight between Dallas and Wyoming Valley West. Anybody getting hungry? I am. Dee's Diner, 24-7. And here comes Wyoming Valley West now. So the clock is running with the score 45-7. And Valley West will see what they can do. Dallas has their young players in, and so does Valley West. They'll run on the left-hand side, and they got some positive yardage. They'll run it out of bounds. But again, the clock will continue to move with the 35-point mercy rule. I want to thank our friend Mark Farrell and American Capital Finance. When you think mortgages, think Mark Farrell. He handles all types of mortgages from house purchases to refinances, bill consolidations. He's local, he's efficient, and he does all the process from start to finish. Think Mark Farrell, American Capital Finance, NMLS number 142133. So here comes Wyoming Valley West on first down. After that big carry, they'll run over to the right-hand side. They got some positive yardage and good little shifty runs over there by number 13. That is Tyler Mattis once again, the sophomore, showing a little glimpse into what he could do. .945 and counting. So 1st and 10 here for Wyoming Valley West. The ball spotted at the 42-yard line. They'll pitch it out to the right-hand side. Is that Mattis again? Yes. Mattis doing a good job of getting down that sideline and getting about 9 yards, very close to a first down. I'm going to say, it's 10. Go ahead, chain gang, take a hike, and they'll move them on down. So they'll look over to the sideline for the call here on a crisp autumn evening, the start of fall football weather. Two players over to the left-hand side. Little lean there. They didn't see it, and Paul Riggs back into the ball game. He is tackled from behind. That looked like number 58, if my eyeball caught it well, and that was Dan Cebulski. They're saying it was 68. Oh, they called that Kovaleski. 8:16 now on the clock. Quarter number 4 almost over, and we're almost academic here for Dallas and Wyoming Valley West tonight. They'll fake it. They'll keep it around the corner, and met over there near the Dallas sideline. And some of the Dallas coaches make sure number 25 stays up on that. So the keeper over there by Carson Brown. He is a sophomore. So So Warrior Run will take on Northwest area this weekend, 0-4 versus 4-0. So Carl Major's done a good job there. How about Scranton Prep beating Delaware Valley 20-13? That's a surpriser. Riggs, left-hand side. And he's got some good yardage down to around the 15-yard line. So you haven't heard, I mentioned it just a little bit ago, Southern Columbia goes down to Danville. So Danville pulls it out. Left-hand side, Riggs is met by a couple of Dallas Mountaineers right near the 15-yard line with 6:38 and moving now. So 2nd and 9 here for Wyoming Valley West. Two receivers over to the right-hand side. And looking over to the sideline for whatever call they have. And they'll give it on the right-hand side and getting a little bit of room is Mattis. Mattis trying to get around the corner. He's upended over there. So near the 10-yard line. So didn't get the first down. 5:53 and counting. And you got to like the effort and the will of Tyler Mattis right now, the sophomore. Riggs comes back in here with 5:41 to go. And Dallas will substitute a player or two as well. So they made it down to the 6-yard line. I guess they're saying it's 1st and goal here. I thought it was different, but 1st and goal. Pitch out to the right, Riggs. He tries to get around the corner. He's biffled out right near the 1-yard line. So they'll bring two receivers over to the left-hand side. You expect here Paul Riggs, the running back, to get the call. So he's in the backfield. Will they just try to go straight ahead here? The Spartans. Riggs off left tackle. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Wyoming Valley West. There's Riggs on the carry for the touchdown. So nice job by Wyoming Valley West of executing here. And again, I know we got some of the younger players in on both squads, but you know, they got able to get a touchdown here and make it 45-13, where the extra point is up and good. So 4:35 to go. Fans, if you're looking for a community bank supports high school sports, check out FNCB Bank. FNCB Bank has 16 locations. You can stop into any branch or visit them at fncb.com for a simply better banking experience. FNCB Bank, member FDIC. So Valley West will kick it away. There's only 4:35 left on the clock here at Mountaineer Stadium. It's a late game. Wolfpack has gone up over Berwick 35-21. So that'll set up the Crestwood Comets next week against Wilkes-Barre area. Wilkes-Barre looking to go to 3-2. They've got 2 losses against Hazleton area and against Scranton. – 40-12, Valley View over Pittston area. Give on the right-hand side and met pretty quickly over there by the interior line of Wyoming Valley West. So running on out of the huddle there is number 32, Anthony Vitale. That looks more like Anthony Vital. There's Vitale spelled A-L-I. This one's V-I-T-A-L-E. I'm thinking it's Vital. And here's Dallas running the football over to the left-hand side, getting close to the 25-yard line. It'll be some positive yardage. And now one of the Spartans slow to get up, but he will get up and play on. So running over to get the play is Travis Chiskevich. He's 5'10", he's 147 pounds, he's a 9th grader. 255 and counting. Receiver over to the right-hand side. They'll run it. And, finding some wiggle room are the Mountaineers and switching the ball on the left-hand side and getting up across the 46-yard line. So Kelly with a nice carry there. So Sam Kelly, just a 9th grader. Up over to the 44-yard line where they call him out with 2:20 to play. Dallas will run out, and Kelly again back in that backfield. Relation to Lenny Kelly? It could be. He's a pretty good running back here. War number 42, if I remember correctly, up across the 46-yard line. So thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Services. This is the McCarthy Tire Game of the Night. Tomorrow they're open till 3 o'clock. Tires, oil change, car wash. All great ideas tomorrow at McCarthy Tire on 340 Kidder Street in Wilkes-Barre. You know, maybe you get up in the morning, sip a little coffee at Dee's Diner, you get something to eat, go over to McCarthy, you get the car wash, you head over, you watch Dallas area, Wilkes-Barre at girls soccer, and then maybe it's the Bloomsburg Fair tomorrow. Maybe it's head out to a local high school football game. Or come check out the Dallas Mountaineers boys team tomorrow afternoon. Nice move up front. But you know who was there? Number 5 for Wyoming Valley West, Azubair Sharif. Heck of a play there by him. 5'11", 190. He would not let the running back get out of his grasp. We might get one more play tonight. I'd like to see a few more. but I think it's just one. That's all that's on the docket. 33 seconds on the clock. 45-14. So I think this is going to do it here tonight. And they knee it out, and I think that'll wrap it up. So the final play and the final score, 45-14 Dallas over Wyoming Valley West. We appreciate you joining us tonight here on the John Mendola Show Network. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. One final report from Nate Johns.
So Dallas improves to 5-0 on the season, setting up a huge game next week with Hazleton. They take this one 45-14 and have their biggest test of the season next week. John, back up to you.
Thank you, Nate. Great job on the sideline. A Dallas area junior. Well, we appreciate you joining us tonight, and that'll do it. Have a good night, everybody. Dallas victorious.